Hey guys, it is Clovis. It is Clovis at 10:28. I know I'm like an hour and a half late. It is 2/12/2017, and I got a special guest tonight. We have a reunion going on here. Jackie can't get back in, so she's in the chat room, but we have Jackie, who was known as #1 baddest baby. We have Bubba, we have Star, and I was known as Lace. Bubba is my guest star tonight, my very guest star tonight. He's doing a lot of good work for children, still continuing the drive for taking care of kids. I talked to him on the phone tonight, and now she's flabbergasted and blown away with the work that he is doing still. And so, Bubba, would you like to say hi to them for the second time? We had a core run, so there we go.
That's right. Oh, yeah. Now, what's going on, everybody? That's right. It's Bubba Live right here with Clovis. Of course, I never called her that. It was always Lace, who I love dearly, have for many years. And she is definitely one of the great motivators and inspiration behind all my work. I have to give her props. And, you know, she's the one that got me involved in doing what I do. So without her, there would be no me.
Okay, and there was a message you wanted to give out today, and you can go to your avatar, Bubba. Go to your avatar. Was there something that you wanted to say to someone out there in cyber world tonight, or?
There is, and you said go to my avatar. I don't care. They can see me live. I don't give it. You know. It don't matter because I ain't scared. Yeah, I've been hearing somebody name dropping me. This questioner who questions everything. Well, I got a question to the questioner. Who do you think you are? I know who you are. I know who you are very well because you happen to be kin to somebody I know. So you better, you know, watch what you're doing, because you don't know who you're messing with. I take great strides into doing what I do because I'm a protector of the innocent, the women, the children, the people who cannot protect themselves. And when you start going and talking about what we used to do and trying to turning it into a monster, something hideous, then you've got my attention. And trust me, you do not want my full attention. You better ask somebody, because you want my full attention. That means I drop everything that I'm doing and I concentrate on you. You best, you know, back off, because I am a part of another organization by the name of Anonymous. We are a humanitarian group. We help everybody. We are, you know, we are many. We are legion. We are. We don't forgive. We don't forget. Expect us, because we are anonymous. You know, that's. But I'm not going to spend too much time on this Riri, because she doesn't really warrant and deserve our attention like that. I'll tell you this: don't put my name in your mouth again. That's a no-no. You did not get my permission. So if you didn't get my permission, you best back off and walk away.
Now, you when we did the tops, it really bugs the heck out of us because we did countless hours taking care of children. We saved children. We did not use pictures to entice men. We didn't put pornographic stuff in people's computers as we're being accused of. We vetted who we were after, and we worked with them a while before we knew they were a pedophile. And so tarnishing the top elite's name is really, really something we don't take time to. You can bash me all you want, but when you come after my children or you come after something that was beautiful work, and we have a tendency not to like that. and we're not.
Well, something we took so passionately, and something that we did that the normal person couldn't do. You know, I still have nightmares. You can ask my wife. I have nightmares. I talk in my sleep. This is something that, you know, I will never get over. I will never. Let's see, what is it? We put 30. Our last count was like 36 in prison.
Right.
Before, you know, so.
And we had groups that summed up it. So look at what Star did in the UK when I took her. She went out of the group, started her own group in the UK, and I think there was like 420 arrested in a month's time. I mean, you know, that's what we took the pedophile. We not only did the things that Miss Brenda claims we did, or we did. We also worked with law enforcement. We worked with Children Family Services. You know,
right. I mean, you know, it's like she's talking about what kind of qualifications and whatever. Well, you dumb, there ain't no qualifications except to have a heart and compassion and love children. That is your qualifications. You know, it's like with my group Anonymous, we just was 2 more pedophile rings, one being in California, and of course the other one's tied to other higher people, which I won't mention. If y'all want to know, you can Google Anonymous and look at our vids. You know, it's this stuff ain't, you know, it's not a joke. It's nothing to make, you know, light or take lightly. And I, number one, am very, very disappointed and angry in this person for trying to say what we did and turn it into a bad. No. Like I said, you don't want my full attention. You really, really, really don't.
well, so it was
I would get it.
you know, it was countless nights, Bubba, that we actually sat up night after night helping kids. And we always said our motto was, if we can help one child, it was worth it. And we helped.
Done our job, yeah.
We helped thousands. And
well, not only that, you know, when I put up the when I named my group after you, Pandora's Angels, and reference and respect to you, you know, on my website, I had educational things for parents to look at, to let them know that the computer was not a TV. It wasn't something to babysit your child. It was one of the most dangerous. It was like giving a child a loaded gun.
right.
You know, and parents didn't think of that.
No.
They didn't think of that, and that's why we tried to educate them to save a child.
Right.
You know, it's just like with telephones. I don't agree with giving a child a telephone because it's one of the most dangerous things, just like a computer. With all the social apps and stuff going on, the apps that automatically delete your picture when you send it to somebody and stuff, so a parent doesn't know if their child is sending inappropriate pictures. And you know, there's a lot of stuff out there that needs to be talked about and needs to be I guess you could say taught to parents so they know about this stuff. Like there's a social app going around that I've sat there and I've watched countless children, 11, 12, broadcasting themselves. Now, what person other than an 11-year-old would want to see an 11-year-old, you know, broadcasting? There's, you know, this stuff is very, very dangerous. Very. The name of the app is called Live Me, which you go on and broadcast yourself just like any other. But there are so many children on it. Some of these, you know, they need to put an age restriction on these apps.
Right.
You know, you must put a credit card, something in that a child couldn't get a hold of and get on these apps because it is so dangerous. I mean, I sat there and went through and I counted like it was 150 children on this app. And, you know, parents these days, they've got to keep up with technology. They've got to keep up with what their children are doing. If they don't, you know, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you can't just, and that was a lot of times that we had people who actually came to us for help for their child because their child was receiving files from a grown-up that were inappropriate. I mean, we had parents coming to us a lot, and for someone to bear down and beat down something we worked so hard to build and we help children, and to make it something vulgar and dirty, that questioner has got a sick, sick mind. And I'm proud of what we did. I'm not going to say I'm not. I'm proud of what we did. I'm not going to, no.
I'm very proud of what we did. And the question to the questioner is, what have you done?
Thank you.
You're pointing fingers at us. I can tell you, I'm also a member of, foster children, the motivational group. I'm head security for them, which I have a guy, Corey C. can go on YouTube. He's a musician. He's going to foster homes and teaching free of charge children music, how to play the guitar. And when they go through so many lessons, he turns around and gives them the guitar. I mean, you can't ask for something more, people just don't understand what foster children go through. They already don't feel like they're loved by anybody. They're going through all these homes, and Corey himself was in like 158 homes. But he knows what's going on. My group, Anonymous, we did a thing on foster children about how foster children are being used. You really must check that out. I'm not going to say too much about it, but you must check that out. And Corey, has a big heart. This guy has nothing. He believes in God, and he is letting God let him show him the path. And he doesn't have a job. He goes around, and all his work is done by donation.
Right.
People donating guitars, people donating, money for him to get guitars. He's trying to do it through music, and his dream and his goal is to one day buy a property where, when children are kicked out of the system and kicked out of the foster care, he wants to build a place where they can come and feel safe, where they can come and stay and have a home, because so many of these children are kicked to the streets. And it's like, I did this. We got a call that a child was in Montgomery, Alabama, in a crack house or a flop house. And it's also called a trap house. Well, me and him, since he's from Montgomery, we went to Montgomery, and I went into the area. It was owned by a big drug dealer. And he asked me, he said, so you're a white boy coming from Phoenix City, Alabama, all the way to Montgomery to get a black crack house? I looked at him, I said, no, sir. I said, I'm a man coming to take a child out of a crack house. I don't care. He looked at me, and he goes, right on. He looked at his two dudes standing there. He said, go with them, make sure nothing happens to them. We went in, we kicked the door in. We got this child out of this environment and brought him and made sure that he got into a program. And now he's doing wonderful. My question for the question, what have you done? What have you ever went down and maybe at holidays go down to your mission and volunteer? Have you done that? Serve the homeless. Have you done anything besides criticize something you don't know about and don't understand?
Well, Bubba, she claims that she has 3 safe houses, and by her bashing someone, he had sent a cease and desist order of bashing him on the internet. And she said, you jeopardize my safe houses. Well, I talked to a deputy Vernon in Wisconsin who tells me that safe house is not a safe house, it's her home. And that she tried to have the deputy called on me, and he said, you're the one going to her channel, you're the one taking her content. And she tried to say I was threatening. Well, the thing that she showed threatening was me wanting to know where her husband is and how come he don't know what she's doing on the internet. Boom, boom. She comes out with a video and he's claiming I hacked him. Oh, right. Okay, whatever. So she turns around and she's going to make something that we worked our butts off. When I first went to the group, My son come running in the house in Fayetteville, Arkansas, saying, "Mom, Mom, you're on the news. You're on the news." I said, "What? What do you mean I'm on the news?" I figured I might have stopped and seen a wreck or something. I turned it on, and they said, thanks to a heroic woman and her group, they have now put a 6th grade teacher in jail. Months of working on him. So see, it wasn't all what she said it was. We worked with the law enforcement at times. We worked with Children and Family Services, and we had parents.
Well, I personally worked with the FBI's internet division against abuse of children. So and of course I'm not going to give my person's name out, but I worked diligently with the FBI for a very long time. So I don't know what she's talking about, that we didn't talk to law enforcement. I had to go through training to learn what a pedophile is, because a lot of people don't know. There's just so much, people think of some creepy old man and all this, and no, it's not. It could be your neighbor. It could be a judge, a doctor, a lawyer. A pedophile can be anybody. And the thing is pedophiles don't believe they're doing anything wrong, because through everything that we've learned, a pedophile, his brain is wired differently than a normal person. It's almost, there is no cure. There is no cure for this. So, like I said, I went through a lot of training to learn, to know what I'm dealing with, to know how to these people. So, what are her qualifications? I have a college degree, 4.0 GPA on the dean's list every quarter, and on the president's list, and then graduated with honors. So what are her qualifications? Did she even finish high school?
Well, I don't know what her qualifications are, but she considers herself a questioner, a truther. And all she does, and I gave you her channels, you can go look at them. She does nothing but slander and bash. And then I could take the slander and bashing crap, because there are papers she's going to be served with very soon. I take the bashing and all that, okay. But to tell me she's going to murder me, if I'm stopped to
that there in itself is a terroristic threat and a felony.
Thank you.
It's not like the old days. You cannot say, I'm going to kill you and your whole family. That's a big no-no. The law kind of frowns upon that.
Calls it free speech.
Go ahead.
Calls it free speech, Bubba. That's our Constitution. Them words don't mean nothing, because when I'm told I can no longer do my art, which is what she calls her shows, she will come off the internet physically, and she will kill me. I will kill you. Yeah, I can say them words, because when I do that, then it's going to be too late now, isn't it? That's a terroristic threat, and that's what
very much so.
My sheriff said it, and my little girl pays tribute to LEOs nationwide. I'm around cops all the time.
Me being an officer myself, I'm surrounded by police and detectives and all kinds of stuff. I'm a security officer, a very high-ranking security officer, and we're hand in hand with. We're like their stepbrothers, because we're doing the job that they can't do. And that's another thing, is I get so tired of people trashing cops.
Whoop whoop. Thank you.
There's bad people in everything. There's bad firemen, bad doctors, bad lawyers, bad everything. And you really don't know what a policeman has to deal with on a day-to-day basis. And to say all of them are bad, that's just wrong. That would be like saying all of Christians are wrong, or all Muslims are wrong, or all teachers are bad. That's an unfair statement, because I know a lot of good cops that put their lives on the line every day. Every day they put that uniform on and go out and try to help people. And yeah, there are some idiots that happen to end up being a cop, and those should be dealt with accordingly. But don't say all cops are bad. That's just stupid.
No, I won't allow that to be said, and that's why my little girl pays tributes to LEOs nationwide. Is because of what went down in Ferguson, and they had the brownies, what you call them, they were against cops or whatever. It was like a brownie club. And my kid came to me and said, "Why are they doing that?" I said, "I don't know." And so she doesn't realize how deep she's really got herself in this time. She really doesn't know how deep she's got herself in. And I know for a fact. Go ahead.
I mean, exactly. She don't know what she's doing, and she's just making a fool out of herself.
Oh, no.
Because when you try to, I don't know what her mental problem is, but she might want to go get counseling. That's just coming from someone who has counseled people for 11 years. She might want to think about getting a little counseling because what she's doing right now is not healthy.
No. And it's to the point that, to take something that we worked hard, we cried, we laughed, we fought each other because we had so much anxiety of what we were doing. And we vetted who came in our group because that's the first thing the detective asked me. "Well, how do you know who's in your group?" I had to tell her. We vetted them. How'd you vet them? I had to tell her how we vetted them. And when they, well, to tell you the truth, when they dampened us from doing what we were doing, and I told them we got a hold of 40 pedophiles a night. You get a hold of one and you work with them 2 or 3 years while they're still doing their crime, still hurting children. And if we can save one kid, it's worth it. And that's what I'm talking about. It's to the point, it's something that is good, and for this questioner to make it vulgar, especially when you have went on in your life to continue helping children, it's just wrong. And
well, I'm also a member of another group, which I think personally, and that's BACA.
BACA, yeah, my children were with BACA. My little girls were with BACA for 3 years. And I have a lot of BACA members that have come to my home. They've been in my home. I've been to their parties with the children. They are right now as character references for me, along with some police officers, when this thing goes to court. And it's going to court. Oh, it's going. They are looking over all the videos and watching it now. They see it as a trend, as cyber stalking, and that she has an obsession. And I don't go to her channel. People bring it to me. And I refuse to go because I know they're watching us. That's why you said tonight on the phone, "What did you say to me?" And I said, "I can't do anything. I'm being watched." And you said, "She's messing with you? You of all people?" And exactly. I said, I can't. I'm right now in a bad, between a rock and a hard place. Her luck. And it's just, we don't want.
And I know the of course, the FBI and stuff has watched me, and I want them to watch me because I know they're there to watch my back in case something goes down. And I will say this because I'm that batshit crazy guy. I'm the guy who don't give a rat's behind. For the questioner, back off, or you may go to turn on your computer and it may not turn on.
Oh goodness! Okay, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I didn't say that at all.
I didn't. I didn't.
I want the law to handle her, and that's what's happening. She thinks she's got freedom right now. She don't, because her sheriff's department, along with everyone else's sheriff's department, has been in cahoots with. She's wrong. She comes and she records our video. That is a copyrights right off the bat there. She uses our pictures, our faces, our voices, and puts it up and makes videos. And she is damaging people's lives down here. 2 of my friends, she is damaging them now. One, people
don't understand. The reason we did what we did is because the FBI couldn't. The FBI cannot do what we did because it's illegal for them.
So that's why we had to do it and turn our info into them so they could in course and, you know, pursue it and put these people in jail. You know, it's, you know, people are always talking about, you know, freedom, privacy issues and stuff like that. Well, you know, that's one of the things is it was a big privacy issue for the FBI to try to do what, you know, the laws were basically stopping them from doing. So they had to use us. So,
and we're part of, Bubba, we're part of the reason that Yahoo had to shut their chat down because they had chat rooms like Daddy's Little Cheerleader, and it was a pedophile room, and kids were in there. Did we not find kids in there talking to grown-ups?
absolutely.
So we were part of the reason why Yahoo Chat has been shut down. It's because they can't control. We told parent after parent, did we not, Bubba, do not let your children use a computer as a babysitter. Yeah, that you might feel comfortable while they're at home, they're at the computer, I gotta work, they're 13, 14 years old, you know, I know where they're at. No, you don't know what they're watching, you don't know what you're seeing, you don't know who's talking to them. You see what I'm saying? And we taught parents that.
And then you got apps like, so was it Snapchat or whatever? It deletes the pictures and everything after. So yeah, they really don't. It's a very dangerous tool.
Right, and you came to me that day and said, Clovis, and I said, thanks, I need your help. And I said, what's up? When we lost children, helping children, when we tried to tell Children and Family Services and the authorities, this child is being abused, this child is being hurt, and that child ended up dead. We hurt, we mourned. We felt like we could just give up and just quit. We don't want to do this no more. But we stayed the course. We kept helping children. And there's a lot of children I have on my Facebook today that are grown-ups, young grown-ups, and Bubba, they tell me every day, thank you. Not every day, but once in a while, they tell me, thank you. What you did for me was great. You know, I coached a Little League junior high basketball team. And I'm telling you, them kids, they would stand in front of a moving train for their coach because their coach taught them morals, something evidently the questioner doesn't have. You know, and we worked hard with what we did. And us three top deletes here that are us four, Jackie worked hard. She was a sergeant of arms. Sandra, Miracle Boo, she worked hard. She was a sergeant of arms. And they were the ones that went and picky-booed on the top deletes members to make sure they were behaving themselves. Although we had one guy, we just could not make him behave. We had a love-hate relationship. Bob. He was a trip.
Bob.
Oh yeah, Bob was a fun one. Anytime someone seen me and Bob in a chat room, they're like, "Oh my God, Lace and Bob's in a chat room." That's why I would run there because we had a love-hate relationship. I would tell him off. He would make programs and he'd come use them on me. And I'm, you know, working with DOS myself, trying to do something to my computer. He'd knock me off, and it's like, "Whoa, wait a minute, stop!" He goes, Lace, the only reason why I do is because you're one of the best out here. And we didn't do it to hurt people. We control check. And I can't, Bubba, you know yourself, ungodly amount of kids that were left alone at home. And what did we teach the leaders? Now, this is what I need the question. Okay? We taught our members, one, you do not go on cam. You tell them your dad's asleep on the couch. Two, you do not put a child's voice on there. Tell them that the computer is in the front room around your parent. Do not do that. And don't ever put a child on a microphone or anything to get them in and talk to you. These
And especially, I mean, what is she, a moron?
Yeah, she's a big moron. And I downloaded that video. She had it on Goodman. She thinks she can hide videos on Goodman and slander people's head. And she's slandering a really good guy down here that has worked hard in his community. This woman's not wanting to just damage our YouTube channel. She's wanting to damage our lives. And she's going far beyond. She's got a video where she's calling my phone company, gave my sound, my name, my phone company, trying to pertain my IP. You believe that one? Wow. So please have that.
Well, here's a statement for the questioner. Why don't you drop all of what you're doing and come after me? Come after me. I'll give you my address. I'll give you my social security number. Just come after me. I dare you. I'm putting a challenge out there for you there, questioner. You think you're all this in a bag of chips? Why don't you come after me? Why don't you come after Hellmonger? Because that was my top delete's name, top delete Hellmonger. Also, if you want to come after me, how about this? Why don't I just give your name and everything to my brothers and sisters anonymous? And let's see, you want to play? We can play. I have no problems with that. I like a good challenge every now and then.
I'm going to do it the legal way. Legal way. I mean, I have to do it the legal way, and I'm going to function doing it the legal way because I want to make sure legally that there's nothing wrong with the computer. I like it because it's in the works right now. The sheriffs are going over every video ever made by me, her, and other people. And the sheriff is now talking with the judge. And yeah, she thinks she's untouchable, but she's not. Now her own sheriff's department knows that some of these videos are not normal videos.
Well, that's one of my pet peeves is a dang internet bully. You know what? You know, the computer, you hide behind the computer and think you're so tough. Yeah, whatever. You know, ain't we all tired of bullying and seeing all these children taking their lives and stuff over that anyway? And now you want to become one. Okay. You want to bully somebody? Bully me. Please. Please. I'm begging you. Come after me. Try to do all you can do. Leave Lace and the top deletes alone, and I'm putting a personal challenge on you. You ain't nothing. You're a nobody, a wannabe. You're trying to get your 15 minutes of fame and try to do something, and you're just a clown. You are the biggest goat I have ever heard. You know what? Are you so ugly that you can't? You know what's wrong? What's wrong? What? You know, you're the type of person that just makes me giggle. I just sit at night and giggle and giggle and giggle because you, my friend, are what's called a hater. Drink your haterade and sit down and be quiet before, you know, you get embarrassed even more. I don't know how that's even possible, but I'm sure it is. You'll think of a way. But I'm sorry, my rant is over now.
That's okay. Bubba, I also want to know, so what other work are you doing? I mean, you married and, wow, it's kind of a small world that, I'm going to say it. You said it when we were doing a trial run, and I thought we were live and we weren't, so I'm going to say it. So this person you married is a distant relative of this questioner. Is that correct?
That is correct. It's going to be very interesting for the questioner. That's going to be, you know, the questioner is going to. Have you ever seen a deer caught in headlights? That's what she's going to look like.
Whoop, whoop. Yeah. Wow. Small world, isn't it, questioner? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what other good stuff are you doing? Let's get on you. We had enough of it.
Well, like I said, I'm with Corey C, which you know he's doing. Y'all need to check out his videos on YouTube. There's a song called "Walk a Hard Life." It's one of my favorite tunes. This guy is a phenomenal musician. I wish I had all the talent he's got in his pinky toe. Then I would be awesome. This guy is just amazing. You know, he dedicates his life into helping children. You know, like we did, and you know, he goes to the foster homes. He plays. He will bring them. You know, he will bring them shoes, bring them clothes. He does all kinds of good work like that. You know, it's really something that I got behind because after hearing his story, you know, I was just like, wow. And then, of course, my group Anonymous, getting into the problems with foster care because a lot of people don't understand that a lot of these so-called foster parents, all they're doing it for is the money.
Right.
So they want to collect that check and they don't care about the kid. The kids are, you know,
And unfortunately, it's just a part of the beast is that these caseworkers are so overwhelmed with all children that they cannot get out there and do the personal checks and stuff like they're, like they should. So a lot of children fall through the cracks. A lot of children are being abused and stuff like that. So it's a whole nother part of, helping is to get in there and let these children know that they are loved, they are thought about, they are important, they do matter. And that's the big thing, is they do matter,
They need a hero.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I said they need a hero. So there's people that do need heroes because they don't have grown-ups to be their hero. I thought, you know what? I thought it was so neat when my children, my two girls, they were my grandchildren, Bubba, and I adopted them as my daughter. And they put us through so many with the courts. And we had people come in and look at our home, inspect our home, ask us 50 million questions that had nothing to do with children, just to know who we were, our family, everything. And these girls, I'm going to give you some credit. Joy has done she has done so much work for the sheriff's departments, and she's got the wall is full of nothing but correspondence from type her name in Google, and there's this police officer in Louisiana that is dying to meet her because out of all the cards he got, that one warmed his heart. And she did a handmade card and wrote to him and sent it to him. And I also have videos of her doing baking cakes and cookies for the police department there in McDonald County. She wanted to do this on her own. And then she came to me one day, I wanted to buy him lunch, and I go, whoa. You know how much that's going to cost? You know how many deputies they have? And she went and got her piggy bank. She goes, please. I'm like, oh, okay. So, and I let her pay for it. She was bound to start. It only came to like $47 that two, platter trays, big ones, taken to the sheriff's department. But I just talked to that sheriff a couple days ago because we had a woman missing that was close to the family, my stepsons, and we had to find her. So I called him, and he asked me in a month and a half, he's keeping my new number, could he call on Joy to come cut the blue ribbon at the sheriff's office there. So see, I don't know why this person is wanting to bash and tear up what's good. I'm going to drop his name. I will tell you his name after we get off air. But he has worked in his community. He's done right, and he is getting so much flack from this person, and she just don't stop. She does video after video after video, and it's not just her. She's got two little cronies that work with her, and they do videos too, and they're bashing these people. There's another woman here who is a really sweet woman. She's taken on her. She's caused stress, and I to the point, I didn't timestamp all my videos. I just put them on a thumb drive and gave it to the sheriff. And I mailed one to that deputy I talked to in Wisconsin because he needs to see. And I'm not hiding nothing. I'm sending mine to her. Now, she came up with a video from last year where I went off on her. But see, at that time, she threatened to F me up. And I had just married my daughter-in-law who was working 2 jobs. She went home, changed her clothes, grabbed a bite to eat, kissed her children, got back in the car, sleepy as ever, tired, and she ran into a trash truck and she went out the windshield and it killed her. Okay, she forgot to put on her seatbelt. She laid there dying for 20 minutes before someone got there, and I can guarantee you she had her babies on her mind. And it just, it killed me to watch my grandsons cry because they were never going to see her again. And they were 6, 0, 7, and 5. And they stood there with their little tears, watching the ceremony, watching everyone say goodbye to this woman. That was my daughter-in-law. I come home and I'm getting this video where she threatened to F me up. So I went off. I lost it. And I told the sheriff. He questioned me about it. I told him. I couldn't take her crap no more. This woman has stalked me since January last year, and I didn't meet her until April. So she's got an obsession, a sick one. And I know someone is doing a thesis on her right now because of her psychopath.
Sounds like she needs professional help. Like I said, she needs to see counseling.
She needs some counseling. She needs some therapy. And now that you've got a family member that's maybe they can get therapy. But we. I met some of the foster parents, and I met some that I was like, whoa, you know. And I met some parents, but I give toys. I gave 2 big giant trash bag of toys. We went through the girls' room freely, doll houses and everything. I give their shoes and clothes that are too small for them to the BACA members, and I, you know, so they can give them to the kids that need them. I don't sell the stuff in a yard sale. I give back what BACA's done.
What that stands for, that's Bikers Against Child Abuse.
Yes.
We're all over the internet. You can look our website up. We have a radio. We do a lot of functions. Also, you know, I do the Toys for Tots. I'm involved in a lot of things, and sometimes I think I spread myself a little thin, but you know, it's all for the children. You know, it's all for the kids, and a lot of people ask me because I tell everybody, you know, that's what loves me is animals and kids. This lady come in with her little girl, and her little girl come right to me, and I picked her up, and she's like, "Wow, my kid don't go to anybody." And I'm like, "Well, that's, you know, kids and animals, they love me. What can I say?" You know, it's and see, people are with this misunderstanding that children need a lot. Well, children don't need anything but 2 key things. As long as you give a kid these 2 things, everything will be fine. Love and attention. You know, that's why a lot of parents are like, wow, why do my kids love you so much? Is because I pay attention. I listen to what they have to say. It's not hard. It doesn't cost you anything. Oh, go on, go on. I'm busy. I'm busy. Take the time out of your damn life, you know, because you never know. Life is so abruptly ended. You know, you don't know. You could go be in a wreck or something and get killed. You just don't know. Take the time to spend with your child. You know, tell them that you love them every day, and no matter what they do, always love your kids. You know, and I think that people, if they would just understand that, this world would be in a better place. With all the hatred and all the things that are going on, you know, love is just all we need. You know, I hate to sound like a hippie, but you know, love is, you know, what makes the world go around. And how can you hate somebody if you love them?
Right. That's right. And you know, and that's that's a lot of things that we learned when we were doing what we did, is helping children. And I got broken heart when the girls graduated. As we said, they're the most safe. They're safe. They're the most happiest children. They're giggling now. They're happy. You can see it in them. They're healthy. You know, so we have other cases that we have to do. So we're going to go ahead and let them graduate out. But if they ever need us, just call us. I said, okay. They had a graduation party at this restaurant. They stood up and told what they think Baca for. And then I had the Baca members tell me, now we can visit with you. Because see, Baca members are not allowed to hobnob with the parents and what the children are taken care of. And they said, one good thing came out of this. Now we have you as a friend. We can come over and visit now. And it's like, hallelujah. Yes, because they are the greatest people.
Own counselors and people who are trained and deal with that kind of stuff. So, you know, we try not to get into any, you know, legal battles with anybody. We try to stay on the up and up and do the right thing, you know, and work with law enforcement.
Right. And we worked a lot with we did work with the law enforcement. And we gave names over. We had people arrested. And Bubba, when you broke out with the Pandora for Angels, how many people out for that you had arrested over child molestation?
Do I know?
I said, when you extended your group out, Pandora for Angels, you named them after me. How many people can you account? And if you're like me, you'll say, oh my God, too many count. But how many people have arrested?
You know, there's a lot of things. And the reason why a lot of people probably wonder why I quit and disbanded the Pandoras is because of the last case that we were on. Come to find out, there was a group of pedophiles that put a hit out of us. They put I think it was $200,000 on anybody that could get any information on any of the members, and especially me. So not getting a paycheck from the FBI, that made us liable. If anything happened, then the FBI would be responsible. So my handler told me to disband and disappear. She hated for us to do that because we did so much good work and had caught a lot of people and a lot in prison. But that is why we had to disband and disappear. Because a lot of people don't understand that pedophiles are not some creepy old man sitting in the basement. They are groups. They get together. They trade pictures, stories. There's so much more to. It's like the big pedophile ring out in California where there's over 1,000. So I mean, people really don't understand how bad the problem is with not only the pedophiles but with the the children's slave trade.
Right.
It's unreal. It boggles the mind. Even
well, let me ask you a question. Sorry. What do you feel about Pizzagate?
I'm sorry, what?
What do you feel about Pizzagate?
That is part of what my group Anonymous exposed. It goes from the island out there that certain people got on the plane and flew to. There's actually a video now of a certain, how can I say, high-ranking official raping a child. We've exposed a lot of that, and it's all kind of funny because each of these rings are all satanic rings, and which, you know, I've studied all religions, and in the Satanic Bible that Anton LaVey wrote, there's nothing in there about being a pedophile or raping children. So people always take things and you know, expand and put their own views and their own opinions in. So I think, you know, my personal beliefs is they cannot be cured. So I do have a cure. It's lead poisoning. But you know.
Yeah. And you know, another thing too, if you look on watchdog.com, and type in your address. Sorry. You will not believe how many pedophiles are actually around you. I did it and I was like, whoa. Sex offenders, pedophiles, you know, someone say, and it,
There's also another side to that, okay? There's also, unfortunately, the law is not just black and white. There is a gray area. There is, you know, like if you're in prison, okay, and so how to put this, you fondle yourself. Did you know that if a guard catches you, they write you up, you become a sex offender,
right,
and you have to register as a sex offender.
right. And some of these people
People don't understand what kind of stigma and stuff that, you know, puts on a person. I mean, it's some of the laws really need to be changed and updated.
right. Well, also I heard, and when I lived in Arkansas, there was a arrested man for getting on pulling over the side of the highway. He had to go evidently. He was where no one could really see what he was doing, but a police officer pulled up to see if he was broke down or whatever, seeing that he was, and they got him as a sex offender. And he was a good dad and everything. He just had his key, which is, I don't condone people pulling over on the side of the road. Go before you leave, you know. But now he's known as a sex offender, can't see his children. So there is
Okay, sorry to interrupt. I just got some info that I'm being needed about that special person, that special Riri. So I'm gonna have to get off of here and see what's going on because I was told that someone needed to talk to me real quick about this special person.
Bubba, also remember, we do have, we've been to our police stations. We also have the feds involved. We talk to federal agents. Let us handle this first before you do something, okay? Please, let us do that. Just please.
Oh, yeah, I know. It's something, I don't know, something has come up with this person, so I'm gonna see what's going on. I won't, you know, myself, I won't be involved because I got too much going on with the work that I do with kids to get, you know, messed up in something like that because, you know, if that pulls me away, then who's gonna do what I'm doing for the kids, you know?
Right. Stay clean and hey, I love you, Bubba. I'll see you later, man. You take care. And you got my number. Okay. All right. That was Bubba. He was known as Hellmonger, top police Hellmonger. Very good guy. Very special man. He is loved by many. He's loved by so many kids. He is, what you reading? You're so making me talk nice, and you're right there sucking it all in. Okay. But you hear there is a problem with children being sexually abused today. Too many, ungodly amount of counts of people. We also have to where there is child trafficking. You hear Pizzagate. That is something to look at. It's sickening. It's sad, and it's out there. And I have, how can I put this? When we were doing our job, doing our thing on Yahoo, we got death threats. We got hacked. We had people coming from underground servers attacking us for what we were doing. So I refuse to sit down, and all them children I help, you're putting in vain. There is work to be done to help children. Any way you can, clothing, donate clothing to families that need it, to little children that need something. I took 2 big trash bags of toys, which my one girl is, she's a tomboy, my youngest, and she likes cars and trucks. And she gave up some of her stuff. This is before Christmas. And I took the trash bags over to 2 little kids. And you know what? I heard a thank you every time I pulled something out of the bag for them, even though it was a used toy. They didn't have toys. They didn't have things. And they were appreciative of what they got. And it looked like Christmas to them. You see what I'm saying? You guys can do so many things to help children and bring a smile to their face. And it's to the point, you know, You got to. So when shoes get too small for my girls and their clothes get too small, I give them the BACA and I tell them, give them to families that need it. And they come pick the stuff up. See, I've been involved with BACA. My children have. I'm not ashamed to say that. I remember the hate and anger I felt in my heart when I heard what happened to someone very special to me. I cried, I screamed. I couldn't get the hurt to stop. I watched children be attacked, coerced. I watched news where children, this 13-year-old, come up missing and her hard drive is missing too. Who told her to take her hard drive? She had been found today. So I refuse to sit by and let my good works go in vain because someone don't like me or because someone has an obsession. They can't stay away from me. They have to take my pictures. They have to take my video and do what they do. Now, the questioner called out a name she shouldn't have called out. She thinks she's unstoppable. I'm not going to do anything stupid because I'm going to let my law, I trust my law to handle her. And it's coming. They are going over everything, looking at, there is a trace here of showing a constant biting at you, Clovis. So yes, you're showing proof. I gave every video I ever made because I didn't want to get in trouble with nothing. They are going over all the evidence. I took it to my sheriff's department and I took it to my judge. I'm not going to let you do this no more. You don't have a right to ruin people's lives. You don't have a right to slander people. And you don't have a right to say you're going to kill them. Now I'm under doctor's care because of this. See, my little girl is known by LEOs nationwide. She does wonderful work. There's videos. She's been in the news in McDonald County. She still does work today. The blue ribbons she tied around trees, sick, coffee, but she had to get that blue ribbon around that tree for a falling officer. I told her her cough was getting worse. She needed to come in. I got to do this. When we sold the home, because my husband lost his job, and you're good at kicking people when they're down, aren't you? We sold the home. I told the new owners, these blue ribbons and what they were for, and they're leaving them up. We had a big walnut tree in the back by our patio. There's a picture of her standing there with all the blue ribbons. We had to keep buying ribbon for her. It made her heart feel good. I asked her one day, I said, why do you do this? What is your drive? Why do you want to do this for? Other kids were playing outside and you're in here making a card for a police officer. She said, because somebody has to. Somebody's got to tell them they love them and like them because of the hate that they have on them. That came from a little girl. You should learn from her. We worked hard with children and you made it vulgar. You made it disgusting. You are evil, you're hatred, you're obsessed, and you won't stop. And it's showing a trend. You keep making videos and it's showing the courts a trend, and boy, you're getting it. I want to do it the legal way, and I will do it the legal way. You have no right to cyber stalk me. You have no right to cyberbully me, and you definitely don't have a right to kill me. And the slander is against the law as well. I'm not slandering you. I'm stating a fact. You don't have a right to do this. And you will make another video because you can't help yourself. Or you'll get your friend to do one. It stops. As soon as you get them papers, it will stop. I talked to a deputy in another state. And I even mailed him a thumb drive with the videos you refuse to show. I'm not giving you no more of my attention. The courts will. As of today, you'll be the last thing I talk about from here on out. Now, let's get some news hanging in here. First off, I want to thank Bubba for coming on. Very good man. Small world. Married to an extended family member. Wow. I'm happy. I'm smiling big. You guys are seeing it. I look like the Joker. Okay, so anyway, Congress is considering impeaching the judge who reversed the Trump travel ban. I'm not going to hit on that right now. That's very, we all know what's going on there. Let me go here and see this here because somebody sent me some stuff today. And I am going to bring it up. Oh God, he's going to be on my thumbnail for the. Okay, I got to change that. This one here is, okay, I'm going to have to, okay. I don't know what is going on with other cities and states. I just heard from my older sister and one of my youngest sisters, and it made me feel good because we're so busy with our lives. My oldest sister is in Italy, building her new home. Sicily, I think is where it's called, Sicily, Italy. Sicily, something like that. I'm hurt because she's moved into another country. But I asked her about the immigration situation. She said, "Oh, there's parts that are bad, but there's parts that there's none." We didn't have a real long talk. And I also had a younger sister of mine I haven't seen in a couple of years who got a hold of me with a message. "Hi, how are you doing?" And it's like, wow, hey. So I'm on cloud 9 hearing from my family today. I want to give a shout out to Mike Sheror. He's doing great videos. I stay focused. He's kick butt man. I love him to death. He's just straight up forward and don't, guys, you all told me what your opinion is on her show, so I don't have a worry about you guys changing your mind because you ain't drinking the Kool-Aid. You ain't drinking the haterade. So good for you guys. I love my viewers. But anyway, we have Becky McCloskey. She's a grandma. So I'm excited. She's going to be a grandma. I'm excited for her. She's taking time off. She says she'll be in chat once in a while, but she's going to take time off to take care of her little grandbaby, and she's just tickled to death. And I'm happy for her there. That she's got, and Kristen had a grandbaby. Aren't they cool? Aren't babies just awesome? And as they start growing and walking, they get more awesome. You know, they do. They get so awesome. And it was, I am going to South Dakota this year. My husband's going to Sturgis, so I'm going to be at Pat's house with the kids. And Fran, which I love sitting and talking to Fran, she's so got a good head on her shoulders. Pat is an awesome guy. I love him. He's my bro. But I plan on going and seeing Jackie. It's been too many years of me and her being friends and never met her. So I plan on seeing Jackie mid part of spring. I've already met Sandra, where she's in Washington. She's gonna wait a while before she sees me again. She's in Washington. Sandra's already met me in person. She knows who I am. She knows that I am someone that worked hard with children. So no matter what this questioner says, the sheriff heard the video and was like, wow, she's not going to stop. I said, no, she's not. But it's, you know, they already know this. They already know the situation, you know, so, you know, I gotta let it go. But anyway, it says here, watch Muslim migrants riot in Ohio, demand free housing while our veterans sleep on park benches. Really? I didn't know that. I guess I do now. I'm going to screen share it real quick because I want to bring some news and get this going right now. And it's going to let me, or the U.S. Herald. So I trust this news site. You guys know how I like to vet. Okay. It says Muslim migrants riot in Ohio, demand free housing while our veterans sleep on park benches. Scroll down for the video. In 2012 in Columbus, Ohio, hundreds of Somalian refugees as to be maced by the police over protests demanding free housing. This is just the tip of the iceberg. I live in my mother-in-law's place and we pay her rent. You know, it's just what it is. We now have a president who has the will to do something about this massive influx of migrants. And it said, yes, the police were called when hundreds of Somalian refugees demanded subsidized housing, then rioted. This is sickening because our own veterans are living on the streets. Yet we import these people and give them housing, while the refugees resettlement agencies will tell you this is paid for. It's not. Please watch the video below and know that thousands more Muslim refugees have come to Ohio since 2012. Wake up, Ohio. Okay, so this is the video. See if I can get it.
Officers say tempers flared when too many people showed up hoping to fill out applications for apartments. It happened this morning on Sunbury Road, just south of Agler Road. NTV's Ashley Barry joins us now to explain how police say things got so out of hand.
Well, the bishop here says he offered this space to help with the rental application process because of its mere size. As you can see, the parking lot holds hundreds of cars. But Columbus police say when they arrived, not only was this parking lot full, but also folks had illegally parked up and down Sunbury Road. An abrupt end to what was supposed to be the first step to a new beginning. Columbus police described it as a chaotic and sometimes forceful morning along Sunbury Road as thousands descended in the parking lot of Mount Hermon Missionary Baptist Church. Officers say the group gathered there to sign up for reduced rent housing at the Heritage Apartment Complex just off of Agler Road. According to these flyers posted on the leasing office door, 200 housing applications were being offered on a first-come, first-served basis. Thousands showed up for a chance to sign up. Neighbors who live nearby the church called police early this morning complaining cars were parked on their lawns in blocking driveways.
The crowd was somewhat orderly once the officers arrived, but then the crowd quickly became disorderly once they started to open the event, giving away the applications for the apartments.
Police say it quickly turned violent and they were forced to use mace to help disperse the crowd.
We had individuals in the crowd that were being pushed, trampled.
The Heritage Leasing Office is closed on the weekends, but we did speak with the complex manager off camera who confirmed for 10 TV that more than 2,000 applicant hopefuls showed up this morning. She says they became unruly and that they had no other choice but to shut it down. Now, they are planning on rescheduling, but no word on a date yet. Some people who were turned away told us off camera the complex is so desirable because it's affordable, clean, and safe, and said they weren't at all surprised with the turnout, but hopeful it goes more smoothly next time. Columbus police say fortunately there were no serious injuries in all of this. We, meantime, will continue to check in with the Heritage for future rental application plans. Reporting in Columbus, Ashley Berry, 10 TV News.
Wow. Oh, man. It just don't stop. It don't stop, does it, people? It really don't stop. And that is the situation. You know, hey, questioner, got a question for you. Why don't you do what you say you do, helping veterans and stuff, and go back to helping them and putting your time into that than what you do? Because you be on the internet all day making videos and bashing good people tells me you don't put time into that. So you should.
Okay, I don't know what to just asking what property the Google didn't anyway. I'm sure that we will keep it on shortly. So then we can just basically copy the first out and just have a good time. Yeah. That's because I'm not that done things from my phone, but sometimes I keep them. So it gives me very bad audio. On Facebook and on the rest of watching. Real quick, if you give me 15 minutes, and we get before you. I was with Jennifer earlier because of the other husband. So, fortunately, and then she said that she would do it back. So, which one was it that we had? Probably my breath, because I had real quick smoking. Well, miracle turn on. Yeah, maybe somewhere. Alright, so now would be a good time to start working with things. Sorry. Okay, I don't mean everybody has to get quiet. Yeah, Kim, I was talking.